Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. We are going to be doing an unboxing as well as this henna tattoo nail art set that I did on these nails today. I am super excited to show you all how I got this look. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into the video. So jump right into the video. We're going to be doing another unboxing of Acrylics. Now you have all seen this video or a video with this brand on my channel already about 2 videos ago. I will link it above for you all right here or at the end of this video. But she went ahead and she actually sent me over some of the acrylic powders that marble. So she said that these acrylic powders marble. And if you watch my last video, you would know exactly why I'm reviewing these. On her website, she has some acrylic powders that are $10, and she has this long message about how they may marble, and she hasn't perfected the craft on these particular acrylic powders. However, the other acrylic powders that are normal price are really great, and I reviewed them and did swatches on all of them. So if, like I said, if you want to go check out that video, then you can. She also sent me over some monomer to pair with her acrylic powder, so I will be using that as well. And I was just tapping the glass, you guys, because I was like, oh shoot, this is like glass, like some type of glass, and it was really heavy, and I thought it was really cute. Like, I've never seen packaging with monomer like this ever. I was confused at the top, so I was just looking at it, and I did see like a foil seal in it, and you can see, like, I'm like, what? How is this? Is it just supposed to pour out or what? But you guys, I actually did not look in the packaging hard enough, so I went back in the packaging and I ended up finding that it does have a dropper tool that goes inside of the lid. So you pull off the foil part, and then you insert the actual topper, and you can use it as like a dropper. I don't know why I kept saying topper. A dropper. So these are the acrylic powders that she sent me over. I can't remember the names of them, but obviously I will show you all in the picture right here. So I did go ahead and open these, and then I did do a swatch, but in the meantime I did find the dropper that attaches to the lid of the bottle, and that is how you just drop the monomer in your container or your dish or whatever you're using. So this is when I found it, and I was like, oh, okay. So I ended up putting it together, and I did use it, which you will see in this video. I don't know if I prefer to use this or not, because it's like it only drops a certain amount. But if you are trying to, you know, just use minimal and you have an issue where you over pour like how I do, then this would be great for you. So the shades that she sent over to me were green tea, peachy glow, I believe it's called, and the last one was fudge, and they are all 1 ounces. So all of these are $10 on her website. And now you just see me using the actual dropper, and this is about how much it drops with just one go. So if you are somebody who overpours, this was like a really cute and genius idea for you to be able to kind of ration it and portion it out. Now, of course, if you don't want to see how these swatch, then you can go ahead and skip to the actual video of me doing the henna tattoo nails. But I would highly suggest that you stay tuned for this, because you will be pleasantly surprised to see how these work. So the first shade is fudge, and off the rip, I already knew that this was not going to marble. I could see when it polymerized that there was nothing marbling about it. So I was like kind of confused, because I was expecting them to marble like really bad, like either have like a little white in them or turn that kind of like clear translucent color and have like some of the pigment just sitting in different spots. But honestly, this did not do any of that. So just don't mind how I was swatching. I was literally just putting it on the nail just to give y'all a feel of what they look like. I wasn't like really trying to do perfect swatches as far as the formula. If you want to see exactly how the formula is, you can go ahead and check out that video that I posted in the beginning after you watch this video. But the formula, you guys, is really great. Like, y'all already know what kind of formula I like, and this is it. As you can see, it is a very creamy and milky consistency like I like. So it was a thumbs up for me. But as far as the marbling goes, y'all, there was no marbling. Like, I didn't see any marbling in the ones that she sent. I'm not sure if she just wants them to be a little better, but they were fine to me. Like, I would definitely use these. This one gave me more of a jelly consistency as far as what it looks like, but it was super pretty. This one was actually my favorite out of the three. I will definitely be using that color, and it was a very unique color. So this one was Peachy Glow, and this one did marble a little bit. Now, you can't really tell. You have to look really close, you guys. I try to zoom in a little bit so that you guys could see, but it was like a little lighter pink and then a little darker pink. So I guess this one out of the bunch, I would say that marbles. So that is what she was talking about when she said that some of them she has not perfected, and they are under the clearance section on her website if you want to go check them out. But if you are interested, I would highly suggest you guys get the green tea color, because that color is super pretty. Like, I don't see too many brands have that particular color, so it was super pretty to me, and I might go ahead and get another one just so I can have it like for a long time, because I feel like I'm really gonna go through that one. So we are actually going to be using Sugar Cookie today. This is also by Acrylics. I swatched this in my first video that I did of all the acrylic powders that I had, so if you want to go check that out, then you can, but obviously you'll see how this one swatches and plays out on an actual set. So I'm going ahead and I'm clipping down all the nails, and this clipper and the magnets are in my Amazon storefront if you are looking for them. I just wanted to show you all how it works. You put the magnet on the clipper, and no matter where you place your tip on your natural nail, it's going to cut the exact correct size of each nail, so they will all be the same exact length no matter where you put it on the nail, if that makes sense. So that is a very handy tool that you should have. I highly recommend that you get it, especially if you take clients. It cuts your time in half, so definitely do that, you guys. So as y'all can see, this acrylic goes on very nicely. I did put one, I think it was literally like 1 drop of acetone in my monomer when I get to the middle finger, I believe, because I just wanted it to dry a little quicker than what it was. If you are a beginner, I would highly suggest this monomer for you. To me, it was a medium, slower medium set monomer, so it gives you plenty of time to work with the acrylic powder. However, it does not take super long to dry either, so it's right in the middle. So I would highly suggest that if you are a beginner, then this monomer would be a great pair for you, and it pairs with the acrylic very well. Obviously I'm using her acrylic and the monomer together. I just want to see how it all played out and how it worked. So the thumb and the pointer finger, you will see the monomer has no acetone in it. So since it has no acetone in it, it is, for me, because I pick up so much monomer in my brush, it's going to be a little more runny for me. So I do end up putting a little bit of acetone in it just so it can dry faster. Now, if you are great with powder to liquid ratio, then you do not have to do any altering to it. But I know myself, and I know that I pick up way too much monomer in my brush. That is something that I really need to work on. Like, I still to this day pick up so much monomer in my brush that I don't need, and it makes my beads sometimes a little runny. So to avoid having to dry it off on the back of my paper, or to dry the back of the brush off on my paper towel, I just sometimes add acetone to my monomer. I do it to young nails, I do it to not polish, I do it to, honestly, I do it to almost any monomer now that I use, if I think about it while I'm in the process of doing nails. But I did keep this in real time so that you can see exactly how the application is if you are just using the monomer as it comes. This finger and the thumb do not have any acetone in the monomer. I don't add the acetone until I get to the middle or the ring finger. But even still, you see right here, it is still going on very nicely. I just need to give it time to set a little bit before I start dragging it down so that it does not get so that I don't drag too much acrylic powder off, because you don't want to do that when you are trying to get a flawless application. Sometimes if you drag it too quickly, it will drag too much of the acrylic powder off the nail, and you don't want that. You want to leave some so you can build the nail up. Now I did try to leave some of this in real time just so you all could see how I apply the acrylic powder and how I have been doing as far as application. My application has gotten a lot better than what it used to be. I do not have to do as much filing at the end, and y'all will see exactly what I mean as far as that's concerned. I love this powder, you guys. Like, it polymerizes exactly how I want it to. As soon as I pick the bead up, it polymerizes on the brush. I don't have to tap my brush to make the bead wet or glossy. So that is really, really nice to see in acrylic powders. Like, y'all already know how I go. Y'all know what I like and what I don't like. So if you are trying to build an apex, I suggest that when you place that bead down, that second bead that I just placed down, you want to let it sit for a minute, and you want to wipe the sides first and then wipe the middle. Now, the reason why you wipe the middle last is because that is what's going to give you that height for your apex. So you just want it to have a little bit more time to set and a little bit more acrylic in that area. So as you can see, it automatically made an apex when I just let the bead sit right there for a second. And I am going to file the back of the nail down, which is near the cuticle area, just to make it really, really flush when I get to the filing part. I am going to add a little bit more acrylic powder up there just to make sure that enough is covering the cuticle area for when I do go into file it, because I am not capping these nails in clear. I wanted to see how strong they were without capping them in clear, because as you know, if you use colored acrylic powders, most of the time you are going to need to cap them in clear acrylic powder to make them a little stronger. However, this is more on a nude side, so sometimes it will work a little better as far as strength, but we will see. If you want to be sure and safe, then you can go ahead and just cap these nails in clear. Just a small amount of clear acrylic powder will do just fine. I have so many videos to record, you guys. Like, I literally have so much stuff in my nail room, like so many Amazon boxes that I haven't even touched. They've been here for a week. I keep having to go to my business address to go pick up packages. Like, so many companies have been sending me packages to just review on my channel, and not saying it's been overwhelming, but I just have not been able to really get to them, just because this week has been hectic, y'all. Like, my son was sick. My son is still sick. He's asleep right now, like snoring his tail off. He's been asleep like pretty much the whole 2 days. And I just got 2 brand new kittens, you guys. Like, so now I have 3 cats in my house. Like, I am a whole cat lady out here. I cannot believe I would ever say that in my life, because y'all, just a few months ago I hated cats. Now I love them. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I'm about to make my kittens a channel, a YouTube channel, because they're just too stinking cute, y'all. Y'all see me drop that bead. I saved it though. No acrylic left behind. But yeah, I just been super busy. My kittens are only 5 weeks old, so technically they're still supposed to like be with their mom right now for another 3 weeks. So it's been a lot, like just trying to potty train them, because they don't like really use the bathroom how they're supposed to. So y'all, it's been a hectic week, but I was able to get this video out. I went to sleep a little early so that I could wake up and do this voiceover and this video for you all today. And probably the rest of the day, I am going to record the rest of the videos so that I will have them done and just waiting to be posted next week. So I'm probably going to put this one out on Saturday. I'm recording it right now. Like, I'm literally doing my voiceover right now. It's like 8 a.m. on Saturday, so maybe 9. I'm trying to get this video out by 2 or 2:30 today, but if not, then I would just post it on Sunday. So we will see how that goes. Most likely it will be posted today, and I'll do a premiere of it because I have to take my other cat, my oldest cat, to the vet today, and that's around 2, so that will give me enough time to sit and chit chat with y'all. I really like this color acrylic. Now, I initially wanted the color toffee, I think it is. Is it either toffee or latte? Y'all see the shape? Like, the shape was coming out good, y'all. I was like patting myself on the back, okay? Because y'all know my struggle. Like, y'all know where I came from. Y'all need to go back a few videos like 10 months ago compared to this. This is way quicker. I'm applying my acrylic way quicker and a lot better than what I used to. I cannot believe how I used to put on acrylic. Like, it's crazy. I still have my moments sometimes though, y'all know I still have my moments. And I always want to reiterate that the brush makes a difference, you guys. Like, I ordered a not polished brush, y'all. It should be here today, matter of fact. But I ordered a not polished brush. Finally, I'm so scared to use it because I just know that I'm gonna mess it up. And that thing was $45, y'all. Like, a size 12 is $45. So this brush needs to last me a lifetime, okay? Like a lifetime. The brush that I'm using in this video, I believe, is a Todds brush, which is okay, but they are not the best brushes. I do tend to get acrylic stuck in them, and I really don't know if it's just me or if it's the brush itself. So we're gonna see when I get this not polished brush, and we're gonna see if I have the same issues that I do with the Todds brush. I think the Todds is a very, very good beginner brush to start off with if you're not looking to spend a lot of money but you still want the quality there. But long term and using them on a lot of clients, I don't feel like, unless you are like taken the time out to really, really thoroughly clean your brush after each set, which you should do anyway, but a lot of people don't, like me, then I wouldn't really recommend this for use of like every day, multiple times a day. It's just not gonna work out for you long term. So right here, I'm showing you all just how good my application was. This is literally all the filing that I did as far as the sides are concerned, because I really didn't need to do too much. So I just went ahead and used the 100 grit from, this is Easy or 876 Nails. I got this file from her, and I'm just going ahead and filing the sides, filing the tips, and then I'm going to take my 5-in-1 bit from my website, and I'm going ahead and I'm going to seal my cuticles with that. And after I do that, the rest I left off camera. I did not put all of the filing in this video just because y'all can get the gist of how I file just off of 2 fingers. I do literally the same exact thing to each finger. So I did only leave the thumb and the pointer finger in this video. And after I filed the after I did the apex and all of that, filed them down and got them to how I wanted them to be, I did go over the entire nail with the same 100 grit file, and then I buffed it out afterwards, so just to get a smooth surface. So right here, you see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of leveling the nail out to how I want it to be. You always want the apex to be kind of almost in the center of where your natural nail and your tip meet. So you also want your cuticle area to be flat and flush. So that's why you see me filing it so much right there in the crease right there. So because I want to make it super, super flush. And then you just want it to gradually do like a hump and then come back down, and you want it to look like that. That's how I like for my nails to look. Some people make their apexes a little higher. Some people don't do any apex. So honestly, it's like, I wouldn't say personal preference, because you do need structure in the nail, especially if you're doing long nails. But some people don't do an apex at all. So that's why I like to say it's personal preference, because you can't make anybody do something to their nails. You can just advise them and tell them that it is better for the nail in case you hit it and you don't want it to break. So anyway, moving along, we are going ahead and with the Perfect Black, and I am also using the Beetles gel polish, and I think it's called A22 or something like that. I can't remember the name, A222, something like that. But y'all saw it in the picture, and everything, all the polishes that I'm using are linked in my Amazon storefront, except for the Perfect Black, which is by Madam Glam. So you will have to go on Madam Glam's site and order the Perfect Black, which I highly, highly, highly recommend. If you are doing nail art like this, I highly suggest Madam Glam Perfect Black or Nail Addict Perfect Black, or Nail Reserve. They are formerly known as Nail Addict, but they are now known as Nail Reserve. And also, I want to tell y'all that I do have codes for both of those in the description box if you are looking for a few coins off your purchase. So I know this design is very intimidating because y'all know I've been talking about doing this design for forever. Like, remember I kept saying in my videos, I have this set that I really want to do, but it's very detailed, so I needed the energy to actually do it. And y'all, when I did it, it really wasn't that bad. Like, it really was not that bad. I think you just overthink stuff like this, but it's honestly not as intricate as you think it is. I was actually watching a henna tattoo video while I was doing this. I also got inspo from the nail girl on Instagram. I would try to find her page and link it up here, but majority of my inspo designs came from I think it's Gopi Henna on YouTube. I will try to link both of them in the description box for you all, or find their pages so that I can link up here. If I don't, they will be in the description box. But those were my inspirations for this set, and I'm so glad that I ended up doing it. It came out really nice. Now, I do wish that I did the middle finger like last, because I feel like that is like I did the middle finger first. I don't know why. And that was like the most intricate designs to me. And I kind of messed up on the circle part, so I wish I could have done it over again and did it a little more like even, because I feel like the circles were like lopsided, but y'all will see when I get to that. It still came out to be very, very pretty. I was just noticing, you know, when you are done with a design and you just notice all the flaws in it and everything that you wish you would have corrected before you cured it in the lamp. That is just what I was doing. So going into this next time, I'm definitely going to really take more time and be more precise. And I'm not going to drink any coffee before doing this design. Do not try to drink any coffee. Do not try to eat any sugar before you do a design like this. Your hand is going to be shaking, child. Shaking. So this is like the only part of the middle finger that I regret. Right here, it looks decent, but when I flip my hand over, you're gonna see that I made the circles kind of go more to the left right here, which will be more to the right if I'm facing it this way. And so it just wasn't aligned how I needed it to be. And really, you're not supposed to make this circle like this with henna. It will be more like a swirl. But since I had a brush, it was very hard to do a swirl with the brush. So I did have to make like half circles, if that makes sense. And it was just kind of hard. Like, this part was really hard for me. But next time, I know to be a little bit more precise. And if I mess up, just wash it away or just start over. Right here, I just kept going when I really should have just completely started over, honestly, because I did not like the way the circle was coming out. Like, it just looked like it was tilting a little bit to the right on the nail. But I mean, other people probably might not notice it, but you know, you're always harder on yourself than other people when you are looking at your own work. So that was just one thing that I did not really care for after sitting back and looking at it, but I had already cured it, so I couldn't go back unless I was going to redo the entire nail at that point. So this part right here, these flowers that I'm making right now are literally the easiest things that I did, even easier than the lines, because the lines you have to really be straight with. These, I literally, when I remember being in high school and middle school and just doodling on my paper, and I always used to draw my flowers just like this. Like, I always draw my flowers like this. So this part was super easy for me. And when I get to the pointer and the ring finger, y'all are gonna see like how beautiful they came out. I think like if I didn't include these flowers on this set, I feel like it wouldn't have been as pretty as it was. So if you can, try to make your flowers like this. I know there are other ways, like the henna is usually more of a circle petal, and then it kind of like waves out or fans out, but these are really pretty, I think, and I would highly suggest that you try to do them a little bit like this. So what I learned by watching the girl from YouTube is that you want to make your lines, some of them thin and some of them thick, so that it gives it a more drastic look. And then in the flowers, a lot of the henna, you're going to see like just little streaks of more lines, but very thin, fainted lines. So those are usually always in the petals. So I did go ahead and put some little streaks in the petals, and I thought that gave it a really cute touch. what else? Oh, when you are trying to make thinner lines, obviously you want to use less gel polish on your brush. You want to make sure that you have a very, very thin brush to do this type of art with. This brush that I'm using right here was actually sent to me. I will leave their link in the description box if I can find it in my email. They have not reached out to me other than through email, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they reached out to me through email and just sent me over some of the brushes. I love getting nail art brushes, especially since I always mess them up. So I'm always needing nail art brushes. So I love when brands send me over their art brushes because it helps a lot for me not having to spend my own money and constantly buy them, because y'all, I will mess our brush up really, really quickly. But definitely use a thin one. The Winstonia ones that I have are linked in my Amazon storefront. I got those from Amazon, and I believe I use the Winstonia one for when I get to the red nail polish or gel polish. So y'all will see that in this video, but those are really, really good brushes as well. Just make sure that you are getting quality brushes. Kolinsky is the best. And make sure that they are very, very thin, because that will help you out a lot with getting more precise lines. So I actually noticed that I think I used this brush the entire time. I don't think I used the Winstonia ones, but the Winstonia ones are just as good if you are looking for a really, really good quality nail art brush. So right here, I'm just taking the red liner and I'm making the rose petals or the flower petals, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just doing this pattern, and then I'm going to do the same exact pattern over top or in the middle of each petal. So they're really easy to do, you guys. Like, don't overthink this process. I promise you they're easy to do. You do want to have quite a bit of gel polish on your brush, not so much that it's going to make it messy, but you don't want these lines to be thin. On the other finger, on my pointer finger, I actually didn't make them as opaque as I did this flower, and I wish I did, but they still came out really, really pretty. I'm going ahead and I'm making those little, you know, when you look inside of a flower and they have, like, I don't know what they're called. I don't know if they're seeds or what, but those little things inside of like sunflowers and stuff, that is basically what this is supposed to be. So we're just going to make little lines and little streaks inside of the petals, and that just gives it a little more oomph to the flower. Like, it makes it look really, really pretty. And I also wanted to mention, I did not mention this earlier, you are going to cure in between every few times you do a design. It is up to you how often you want to cure, but for me, I was literally like curing in between each swirl, in between each few lines. Like, I just did not want to mess anything up. That is going to protect you, and that's going to protect your art from being messed up. So make sure that you are curing in between. I don't really show it too much on camera, but I was in fact curing in between different parts of the line work. So when you're doing sets like this, you want to make sure that even if you're going off of inspo pictures, you can always do your own thing. A lot of this was me just freestyling, but I was picking from, I mainly went off of YouTube because they had more in-depth videos on henna tattoo and how they do henna tattoo. So I would just looked up henna tattoos and I looked up the designs that they do for henna tattoos, and that's what I was drawing on my nail. I took bits and parts of each henna tattoo that I seen, and I just put it all in one nail. These flowers, I did not see anybody make their flowers like this. They did the petals a little differently, so I just did my own because that was easiest for me. You can make your flowers however you want to make your flowers. Just make sure that you are putting a lot of detail around it, surrounding the flower. So right here, I'm just putting little petals, and this I did get off of YouTube, the petals where they're like thin at the bottom, and then you see the petal, and then there's another thin line coming out. So I did go ahead and do the other finger off camera because it was the same exact thing, just the opposite side. So my pointer and my ring finger were exactly the same, and I did add dots. I added dots around the flower, but you can put dots anywhere on your nail. It just adds a little bit more jazz to the style. It's really, really pretty. It makes it pop. So it's kind of like when you are doing bling sets and you add caviar beads to your bling set. That's kind of what the dots do for a henna look. So the dots were a really, really nice touch, and I'm glad I included them. That is a tip that I got from Gopi. I'm pretty sure her name is pronounced Gopi Henna on YouTube. So that's a tip that I got from her, and it really came out nicely. These are almost like, this pinky finger right here is going to be the last one that I show on camera because my thumb is the same, but the pinky finger, I did pretty much the same exact thing, and I made this one more of a lace type design. It was reminding me of like lace, and this design, I kind of got my inspo from the nail, I think her name is the Nail Girl on Instagram. So this is the only finger that I kind of went off of her picture or her video from, and the rest was from YouTube. But you guys, it's super easy. You can literally like Google pictures of henna tattoos and print it out and put it beside you while you're doing it, and just copy prints and put whatever prints together that you want together. It does not have to be exactly like the picture. I think that's what scares people, is you want to make it exactly how the picture is. I did not do that. I did not have any specific picture that I went off of. I just got different things from different henna tattoo pictures or videos, and I put them all together how I wanted them together. So to be honest, the only part that I got from the nail genie, or not the nail genie, the nail girl on Instagram, was the little like the drapes or whatever you want to call it, the little things that I have coming out from underneath the line and above the line that I'm going to do in a second. That was really the only thing that I pulled from her nail set, and also the top of my pinky nail I pulled from her nail set. But other than that, everything else on this pinky finger was freestyle, and I was just going off the top of my head to kind of make it cohesive with the middle finger. So I didn't really take too much from her, and honestly, she did the top part with the lines coming out and the dots at the end of the pinky. I mean, the dots at the end of the lines on the pinky. She did a way better job than me. So the little part I did copy, I failed at it. So right now I'm just putting on some final touches, and if it looks too empty on the nail, go ahead and add more, because henna doesn't really have a lot of empty space, so or a lot of negative space. So you want to go ahead and fill in like two empty spaces with something, like whether it's dots or lines or anything. Now on the nail girl's page, on her set, she actually put rhinestones on hers, which were super, super pretty. And I will try to find the clip of it for you all right here, and I'll link it above for you all right here. But hers were so pretty, and she did a little bit less than me, I think, like as far as how much she put on the nails. It was more straightforward, like more lines, almost like more abstract than anything, but it was a really, really pretty henna tattoo. Like, it was her set was so cute, and her lines were very, very crisp. So hopefully I can get there one day. My lines were not as crisp as hers by far. Like, hers were hands down so bomb. But with practice, I'm sure I can get it to that level. And you guys, don't be scared to try this at home. Get somebody who may like it. So it's honestly easier than what it looks. It's just a tedious process. Like, it's very tedious with drawing lines and just making sure that they're straight and everything goes together or flows together. So we are going to go ahead and completely do these in matte. Now look at this pointer finger. I thought it was cute just like that. However, if I was going to keep the painted part glossy and the background matte, I would have to take some glossy top coat on a little on a small brush and top coat the gel polish, just so that it would not peel and it would stay glossy. Because most of the time gel polish has like a tacky layer if it's colored. So that probably, if I would have left it just like that and not top coated it with anything, it would have looked cute for the time being, but it probably would have started to get like some stuff stuck on it, or it would have peeled. But that's basically all I did, you guys. These came out so pretty. Like, everybody on my Facebook loved them. This is going in my top, like my top 5, hands down. I will definitely do it again, but this was the outcome, you guys. I hope y'all loved it. Let me know down below if you liked it or not. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.